$5,000 is enough to start the wheel strategy correctly, not enough to do everything at once, not enough to build, diversification, but enough to run one clean position, maintain a proper reserve, and learn the mechanics in a live account with real money on real stakes. Most $5,000 wheel content either oversells what the account can do or undersells it by telling people to wait until they have more. The honest answer is in between. You can start, you can do it right, and there's one specific way to structure it that avoids the mistakes beginners make when they try to force too much out of a really small account like this. But here's exactly how I'd set this up for myself. And let me establish what $5,000 actually allows you to do in the options market first. A cash secured put requires you to hold the collateral equal to your strike price times 100 shares, obviously. If you sell a put at a 20 strike, you need $2,000 in collateral. 30 strike requires $3,000, $25 strike requires $2,500. At $5,000 total, you have several combinations. One $40 strike uses the full account. Two $20 strikes run simultaneously but leave no reserve. One $25 strike with $2,500 reserve leaves $2,500 available in cash. The reserve is not optional either. The reserve is the protection against the scenario where the position gets assigned, the stock declines further, and you need capital to think clearly rather than making reactive decisions under financial pressure. Without it, you're one bad week away from a frozen capital account with nowhere to go. We've all been there. At $5,000, the math points to one clean position in the $20 to $25 price range with around $2,000 to $2,500 reserve sitting on the side. That's the structure in my opinion. But here's a framework for thinking about how a $5,000 wheel account is run correctly. The goal at this account size is not to generate significant income right now. It's to learn the complete cycle with real money in a way that doesn't risk the entire account on any single bad trade. Most beginners at $5,000 make one of two mistakes. The first is trying to run the full amount in one aggressive position to maximize the premium. No reserve, way too close to the money, wrong stock. One assignment on a declining stock in the account is literally completely frozen. The second mistake is treating the account so cautiously that nothing is learned. Tiny positions, tiny stakes, no real decisions that matter. And that's not investing, it's just simulation. Listen, here's the framework that I'd use at 5,000. One real position that forces engagement with mechanics, a reserve that forces discipline about how capital is allocated, and a quality stock that makes the assignment scenario acceptable rather than a crisis. The combination gives you real experience without gambling on the account. Now, we only do have a short period of time here together today, but I do have a 90-minute workshop that covers all this stuff in way more depth. Plus, you get my 15 favorite stocks under 30 bucks, my 2 premium calculators, my full trade log template. So make sure to click the first link in the description of today's video after you watch today's video and register for that training. Let's talk about the exact capital allocation. First decision, how much is the reserve? I'd hold personally about $1,500 in cash as the reserve. That's 30% of the account, slightly higher than the 20 to 25% I use in larger accounts. The reason for the higher percentage at $5,000 is a single bad assignment where the stock drops 20% post-assignment creates a larger relative impact. The reserve needs to be thick enough to absorb that scenario without any pressure to make reactive decisions, okay? That leaves $3,500 in deployable capital. $3,500 supports a put at $30 to $32 strike range. Some of the quality dividend-paying names in that zone, utilities, consumer staples, selective industrials, have decent options chains at those price levels. Alternatively, $3,500 supports a $25 strike with $1,000 still sitting in the reserve. That gives you more breathing room but limits you to the stock trading in the $25 to $30 range. Which path depends on the specific stock you obviously find. I'll walk you through how to find it next. Let's talk about the next part, stock selection, right? At 5,000, right, stock selection is everything. There is no room for a struggling company at this account size, in my opinion at least. Here's the specific filter that I run. Price range $22 to $32 a share. This keeps the collateral requirement proportional and the position sized appropriately for me. Next is dividend history at least 5 consecutive years of payments, preferably 10 or more. Companies that have paid and grown dividends consistently through multiple market cycles have demonstrated cash flow stability that makes assignment acceptable if it happens. Beta 0.8 or below. At this account size, a high beta stock that gets assigned assigned and drops 25% further is not manageable. Low beta stocks move less dramatically, and their covered call phases after assignment are way more predictable for us. Next, options liquidity. Open interest of 300 or more on the specific strike you're considering. Bid-ask spread under about 15 cents. Thin options markets cost you more per trade in friction and make entry and exit way less efficient. Applying these filters to quality names in the $22 to $32 range typically points towards established companies in consumer staples, healthcare, or utilities. Boring is the right direction, okay? Let's talk about the first trade here. Once you've identified the stock, here's the specific trade setup. Open your options chain, look at the 25 to 30 day expiration cycle, find the strike that's 8 to 10% below the current price, check the delta, you want it in that 20 to 30 range. Check the Bollinger Bands. You want the stock to be in the lower third of its recent range, not pushing against resistance or recent highs. Check the premium relative to collateral, that you want at least a 1.5% return on collateral for the cycle. If all those conditions are met, I sell the put. If not, I wait. The discipline of waiting for the right entry is more important to me at 5,000 than any other account size because there's only one position to run at a time. Once the position is open, check it a few times per week. Don't have to be every day. The position has 25 to 30 days to run. Give it room to work without obsessing over daily price moves. We're not day traders here. If it expires worthless, note the premium received, recalculate the account balance, look for the next setup. If it results in assignment, take the shares, check the effective cost basis, strike minus premium collected, begin evaluating covered call opportunities at the upper Bollinger Band level. Now, let's talk about the covered call phase at this account size because it's inevitably going to happen. If you're assigned, you now own 100 shares. That's one contract of covered call potential. The covered call phase at $5,000 is not significantly different from the put phase, honestly, except that you're the one now owning the shares rather than promising to buy them. You wait for the stock to recover towards the upper Bollinger Band. You sell one covered call with a strike above the current price and above your effective cost basis. You collect the premium, obviously. You repeat until either the call expires worthless or the shares get called away at a profit. The income in this phase will be kind of modest, right? Maybe $25 to $50 per cycle on a single contract. The experience is what matters though here, right? You're learning the full cycle. Listen, $5,000 done correctly, $1,500 in reserve, one position in the $22 to $32 range, quality dividend paying stock with a nice liquid options chain, disciplined entry timing is a real starting point. Not a fantasy, not an oversell. The income is not gonna change your life at this size. The experience will. The habits you build at $5,000, checking Bollinger Bands, RSI before opening the chain, maintaining the reserve without touching it, taking assignment without panicking, running the covered call phase methodically are exactly the habits that make larger accounts produce better results. Most people either start too small with no discipline or too large with no experience. $5,000 with this exact structure is the right starting point for someone serious about learning this strategy on real capital without huge downside risk. Got some questions for you guys as always in the comments section. Great combos down there. Number one, if you're starting with $5,000 or close to it, what's the specific stock that you look at first? And does it meet the beta, dividend history, and the options liquidity filters that I talked about in today's video? Number two, what held you back from starting at this account size? Was it not knowing the setup, or was it waiting to save more before getting started? I would love to hear your answers down below in the comment section. If you're a beginner, I do want to invite you to the full Ark Options workshop, 90 minutes long. At the end, you get my 15 favorite stocks under $30, my 2 premium calculators, and my full trade log template so you can keep yourself nice and organized through your wheel strategy journey. Click the first link in the description of today's video, guys. As always, sell options, collect premiums, repeat. I'll see y'all tomorrow.